Well, I'm here with Tonia Bales and Debra Newell, and I'm just shamelessly plugging their podcast and her book because I want everyone to listen to this podcast and read this book because it is, as Robin just said, and it can save lives. It can just absolutely save lives. And, Tonia and Debra are the first and second wives of the con man, Dirty John Meehan, who was actually killed by Debra's daughter, Terra, killed in self-defense. He attacked her with a knife, and he just attacked the wrong woman.
When my mom decided to leave John, that's when things got dangerous. Part of being a psychopath is having that need for control. That's when I knew that things were serious and we had to be prepared because something was gonna happen. I was driving home from work. I got out of my car and I started walking. He grabbed me by the waist and said, "Do you remember me?" I started being pulled towards his car. I bit him as hard as I could, and I thought I was just getting punched, but I was really getting stabbed. From that moment, I knew I had to fight for my life. My dog was with me in the attack too. He was fighting for me. I managed to kick the knife out of his hand, and I just picked it up and I didn't give it a second thought, and I just started wailing on him. So when people say that I'm a hero, it means a lot to me. It's just hard to accept that because the event was so traumatic, and I just don't want to take credit for killing someone.
Well, Terra, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me here today. I'm already getting emotional.
Yeah. Somebody was going to die on that rooftop of that parking garage that day. It was either going to be you or it was going to be him.
Yeah.
And you didn't go up there looking for him. He was lying in wait for you, and he came at you, stabbing you. And his intention wasn't to teach you a lesson or get your attention and give you a good talking to. He was going to kill you.
Yeah.
Take me through that moment. In that moment, were you aware that this is life or death?
100%. In that moment, I actually had dreams leading up to it where I was stabbing him in my sleep. And so I felt like kind of everything, God, whoever, preparing me for that moment to come. I knew that he was there to kill me and not to take me out to lunch.
You got the knife away from him. He dropped it. You kicked, and he dropped it, and your dog got involved.
Yes. So my dog was biting his ankles, and he was on top of me, on his knees, and I was pedal kicking him as the knife was coming down onto me, and I kicked his forearm, and then the knife landed right on my right-hand side. And then I had a thought, someone, my guides, God, my angels, whoever told me, pick up that knife right now. And I did, and I just continued to wail on him. I knew in that moment that if I didn't do something, that he was going to take my life.
And you just got to the knife before he did.
Oh, yes.
You stabbed him, like you say, in a frenzy.
Yes.
13 times.
13 times. I didn't even know I was stabbing his back. I thought I was stabbing right here.
Right. And in that moment, you looked at him. Was there a point at which you saw in his face that he realized, I've made a bad decision here, this has gone bad for me?
Well, when I did the first initial stab, he did gasp, and then that was I felt oh, he's not gonna win this time.
And I'm so sorry that you had to go through that. Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.